Hello, and thank you for joining me for another exciting episode of My Two Cents today, where we will be discussing the new Paris Hilton documentary, This is Paris. I'll be sharing my thoughts, and yeah, I think we're going to have a good show today. I think we're going to have a fun time. The first thing I wanted to point out is I just want to I want to say off the bat, I thought it was a really well done documentary. It was really raw, really emotional. There were some parts where I actually got a little teary-eyed. It was just really touching, and you kind of really get a glimpse. I thought it did a really good job of giving that glimpse into the real life of Paris, who she really is as a person beyond the brand. So the documentary starts out, I think, with an interesting juxtapose between the glitzy Paris that we all have known versus the real Paris. The first shot I have here is one of her hosting SNL, I believe, in 2005. February of 2005. If I'm mistaken about that, please go ahead and let me know in the comments below. But that's what I think that is. And here we have a shot of her just kind of being shot. I thought this was a really neat, interesting picture, like one of those really cool shots. Because if you look really closely, you see that it's like a shot within a shot. So I thought that was really neat. And here we just have a picture of the real Paris. So just kind of, again, like I said, beyond the glitz, beyond the glamour, beyond the person that the camera knows, the person that we think we know, right? So then we go on to have some scenes with her and her sister, Nikki Hilton. It seems to be at Nikki's house, and it looks like they're in their Nikki's little girl's bedroom, and they're just talking. I thought this was a really cute scene because you just kind of see the two sisters talking and laughing and being sisters. And I think in this shot they were talking about like watching Saturday morning cartoons while eating cereal or something like that. So it was just really cute, and it kind of reminded me of my relationship with my sister. So I thought that was really cute. This particular shot here, Paris was saying that like she'd love to have a girl first and name her London, which I thought was so cute, right? London and Paris. So I thought that was really cute. So then we go on to start to see more of Paris's background. So here's a shot of Paris in high school. So I guess in her teen years, they had done some moving around, and they moved to New York, and she moved to a new school. So she experienced some bullying, which I think is something that we can all relate to at some point or another. Especially more so with the way that, kind of things just tend to be going. It's just a lot more prevalent, or maybe we just hear about it more. Maybe like it's like in the news more and in social media. But anyway, I think to some extent it's something that we can, at least most of us, relate to. I think you'd be hard pressed anyway to find someone who never experienced any bullying in some way in school. Also, she talks about having had a pretty strict upbringing. Her parents were fairly strict, and she describes her upbringing as having been Stepford wife-ish, with like finishing schools, like finishing classes. And it's funny because it also just kind of paralleled my upbringing, kind of like the strict parents, like, lots of rules, lots of no's. So I can definitely relate to that. Which obviously led to a rebellion. I mean, and again, this is like, I think this is just such a common scenario that sometimes plays out. And, it's kind of like when you hold somebody in, it's really just only going to be a matter of time before they rebel. A child. They kind of just want to get out there and do their own thing. So here we see a picture of Paris, rebelling. So like we're talking the mini skirt and, the makeup and all that fun stuff. Here she's got the necklace that says, I think it says porn on it. And here it looks like she's partying with some friends, probably at a club or like maybe getting again, just really sort of relatable stuff, I think, no matter where you come from. So anyway, all this partying led to, of course, her parents doubling down and sending her to these boarding schools slash outdoor reform schools they were sold as outdoor reform schools to the parents, like lots of outdoor exercise and whatnot, but they turned out to basically be like these like abusive places so I guess they were super, super strict. And I guess Paris had escaped from several of these, which led to her getting caught and physically abused in front of her peers, which was apparently a common occurrence in these schools, not just for Paris, but for the other girls as well. So that's definitely something that would be tough. So that was something that had led to her having a lot of trust issues, understandably. Kind of other people and, even her family, which again, it happens, and a lot of PTSD. So she eventually made it out of these schools and she decided to channel her frustration into her work. So she hooked up with a photographer who then they ended up taking some really good pics, and the result was this picture here, which ended up in a Vanity Fair spread, and I guess probably just went viral. And this is pretty much the Paris that we've known. It's that rock party kind of girl, that attitude. And keep in mind, this was before the simple life, so this is really what catapulted her into the public eye. So, now we're getting sort of with the what do they say, with the benefit of hindsight, we're now like, oh my God, she's like a real person and she has like this whole history of, pain and trauma behind her, just like a lot of others of us do. So that's really kind of interesting. The next thing that I thought was really neat was she ended up getting reunited with some of the girls that used to go to her school. And they actually did this whole campaign on raising awareness towards the abuse that goes on in these schools. And so I thought that was really neat. It seemed like it was really therapeutic. It seemed really tough, though. Again, a lot of like raw emotion, tears shed. I would think that it would be kind of like facing an abuser, even though they weren't actually facing like the people who did it. Just the fact of being in front of that camera and having to relive those moments and those thoughts and those feelings, I would think would just really like transport you back and just cause this sort of like panic and anxiety. And like, I know personally for myself, it would be really, really tough. I'd probably be bawling. So, anyway, I thought I would end it here, and I thought this was a really nice shot to end it at. This is where she ended her documentary, basically, and I just thought it was a really cute shot. It seemed like she was like just really kind of genuinely laughing and happy, and again, I just thought we saw the real Paris, and the girl beneath all the glitz and glamour. And yeah, so I really hope you enjoyed today's show. And thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you next week for another episode. Bye.